Hello everyone, this is Yvonne Alviso. Welcome to my channel. Today is December 7th and we're going to open day 7 of my Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. So let's check it out. Okay, day 7. Over here, let's use my arm. And a little help getting this started. How are you today? I hope everybody had a fantastic day. This is left. Okay, let's get some tweezers into there. And it looks like a stencil. Okay. Let's put this aside. And let's check it out. Okay. This might be the stencil number here. STN 55W7. And it's 1, 2, 3 stencils. So they may be layering stencils is what I'm thinking. And let's see. Yeah, okay. Kind of a different design there. And I'm trying to see if there's a difference on the side. That's shiny. They're both shiny. So I suppose, I don't know which side is the front or the back, but I suppose since it's not readily obvious that one side is shinier than the other, you could stencil on either side. But I think one side feels different. But let me get some paper and some type of medium that we could use to put through the stencils. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've gathered some items. So I've measured these stencils and they are 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. And I did notice that there's a number in the right hand corner, 1, 2, and 3. And let me see if I can catch that. There's the 1. There's the 2. And there's the number 3. So when you do paper piecing, usually the item that has the most cutouts goes on top when you're layering flowers. And what comes to mind are the Anna Griffin layered cards in Cricut Access. And the one with the least cutouts goes on the bottom. And then the next with the most goes in the next layer. And the one with the most goes on top. So you can see more definition on top. So I cut some watercolor paper And this is Master's Touch. It's a 4x6 pad. There's 12 sheets in here. It's a 140 pound, 300 GSM paper. It's acid free. This was $2.99, but I'm pretty sure I got it back in the day 50% off, or even with a 60% coupon back in the day. I've got lots of these. So I'm using that, and I just cut it to 3 3/8, the same size as the stencil. So I've chosen some Ranger Distress inks, and for the first one I'm going to do in a purple palette. This is the Dusty Concord Distress Oxide, the Distress Ink Milled Lavender, and the Distress Ink Wilted Violet. Now, normally I don't mix the oxides and the inks, but I'm going to this time because I didn't have the Dusty Concord in the regular Distress ink. So we're going to try it. I'm also going to use my little manger scene here that you can see on top. And I think this is a Spellbinders die. I'm not sure, but I think it is. And it comes with the manger and the ground piece, the baby Jesus, a star, and then Joseph and Mary. And I'm going to use that on top of my pieces here. So I've got 2 sets because I'm going to make 2. And I'll go through the colors when we start our second one. So I'm going to go from a darker base, which you can see here. This is the Dusty Concord. This is the Milled Lavender, and this is the Wilted Violet. I want the brighter color on top, and I want more of it to make it really pop. So I'm going to use that as my last layer. So I'm going to flip these upside down because I want the third layer to go down first. And I have some washi tape. This is a silicone mat from Dollar Tree, and this is my first time using it, so I'm going to review that today as well. I'm sure a lot of people have it, but this is my first time using it. Usually I use either my Ranger mat, the very first one, or I use the glass Ranger Tim Holtz one. But I'm in the kitchen today. I'm not in my craft room. So I'm looking at the number 3. It's right here. Don't know if you can see that. Barely. There it is. Number 3. So I'm just going to line it up. And I'm going to tape it down just so it doesn't move. Actually, I'm just going to do it crosswise here. Let's see. There are holes in the corner, and I really don't want that to pick up any ink. So I'm going to try to tape those off. I don't have any multi-layered stencils. I have single stencils, mostly Tim Holtz from Stampers Anonymous, I think. I picked them up on clearance at Joann's. So I have a few of those. And they come with a stamp set too. So those are really fun to play with. Okay, so I'm going to go first with my Distressed Oxide, Dusty Concord. And this is a pretty juicy one. So we'll see how this works. I'm just gonna circle. Excuse the shaking. My camera is mounted to my table here. I want to try to get an even coverage. Do need some new and I'm going to use a little baby wipey to wipe off some of the additional ink off the washi tape so it doesn't contaminate my other Okay, so let me peel this up. Okay, that stuck to the stencil pretty good. And that's a cool little shape there. I'm gonna toss this in the garbage. And then I'm just gonna wipe this down really, really quick. Actually have some alcohol here that I'm gonna hit with. It's the really quick way to clean distress ink is to hit it with some alcohol. The distress inks are water reactive, so alcohol cleans them off really well. So you can see that cleaned up really well. My washi tape stuck to this pretty good. And that's a Dollar Tree washi tape there for you. So, yeah. Let me just... Okay, so that's number 3. Now let's close this up. Then I'm going to go in with my milled lavender, and it's this color here. And I'm going to use the number 2 stencil. I'm going to wave that around just to get the air to dry that a little bit. So have you tried Tim Holtz Distress Inks or Distress Oxides? And do you like them? I like using them as watercolors. That's very relaxing to me. So you can see the holes there from the new stencil, the number 2 stencil. So let's put this down here. And I should probably get some painter's tape or some of that scrapbook.com's tape. I've read some good reviews on that, but I haven't tried it yet. I just use some washi tape because I have a lot of washi. So, the milled lavender. Excuse the shaking. I just want to get some good ink on there. Now I'm going to go in, try to hit those spots. do need to get some more of the little foam pads that go on the dauber. I cleaned my craft room and I thought I had a few more, but can't find them. Don't you hate that when you misplace something? And then when I'm not looking for them, I'll find them. It's always the case, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go back with a little bit more. This is a kind of looks like an antique rose to me. I like that. Okay, so let's take the washi tape off. Oh, this one is sticking as well in the same place. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with some alcohol, and this is just CVS alcohol, 91%. The Dollar Tree alcohol is only 70%, I believe. So this one cleans things really well. And it wasn't very expensive. I don't think I paid very much for it. It's lasted me a long time. That bottle I've had for more than 3 years, I would say. Okay, so that cleaned off really nice. Number 2, okay, it's looking nice. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're gonna go in with the Wilted Violet. And I love this color. And this is the stencil with the number 1 on the corner there. You can see it. Right next to the dot to the left. So we're going to place this. I was thinking this, to me, I wanted to appear as if it was a stained glass for my little manger scene here. So let's see. Okay, this one goes here. I'll just set that upside down there. Again, this is the Wilted Violet. And I apologize for the shaking. So we're going to go in. This is really vibrant. It's really pretty, I think. My favorite color is purple. So, a lot of my crafting is done in purples. It is also my mother's favorite color and my youngest sister's favorite color. Okay. So let's take off the washi. And I'm gonna hit it. You can see the Wilted Violet ink on there. And I'm going to hit it with the alcohol. And as you can see, it's reactive to any kind of water, or in this case, alcohol, anything that is a liquid would react, it would react with. And there he goes, nice and clean. And I like to clean it right afterwards. Normally I would hit that with water and then lay it some paper on there so I could kind of do some mixed media work with it. But I'm just want to get through this, and let's look at this beautiful image that we have here. Put the lid on that. It's a lovely geometric design. And doesn't that wilted violet pop? I love it. And that milled lavender kind of is like a dusty rose to me. So we're gonna set this aside to let it dry. And I have another here. Let me wipe my hands just so I don't spread any. Let me hit it with some alcohol. So I don't transfer anything onto the next one. Okay. I have another little card here. I'll put these to the side. Bring out my next trio of inks. I have Broken China, Peacock Feathers, and Blue Print Sketch. And I love Broken China and Peacock Feathers. Next to purple in all of its shades, teal, turquoise, anything like that, I really, really, really love. So we're going to go back to these and put them in order. There's 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to go with number 3 first. Line it up. Might even use some painter's tape next time. I think that would stick a little bit better than this washi, but we'll trudge on. Okay, we're gonna go with Broken China first. And this has, the Broken China has more of a teal shade. And I really love this. My sister loves turquoise. She wears a lot of turquoise. There is a green behind it that you can see. But I think it looks lovely. And I'm trying to make these darker, so I'm going to go one more time around. I think that looks nice. Let's take off the tape. I'm gonna hit it with the alcohol. Wipe it down. I don't want to bring it under the camera because I don't want anything to drip accidentally on the piece I'm working on. So, alcohol dries really quickly as well. So it's pretty clean. Wipe my hands. And then go to stencil number 2. And there's the number 2. I'm gonna line this up. Now I can use what I'm making as a tag for Christmas, or to put it on a little card, a little Christmas card, or even an ornament. Has the, I'm gonna put the sweet little manger scene on there. Close this up. Next I'm going to peacock feathers. And this one has more green in it, but it's lovely, I think. And it's vibrant, so you can see this ink pad is very juicy. So I'm gonna go one more time around. Wow, I really love that color. Yeah, it's gonna, look like stained glass to me. Gonna pounce it a little bit. Kind of even out the shade that I have here. It's pretty dark up there. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh. That's more of a green. It's more teal to me. Boy, isn't that just really saturated color? Wow, very nice. Hit that with some alcohol. Drop something, I don't know what. I've been working on my craft room, trying to organize and clean. My hubby's gonna move into there. We have 2 bedrooms from our boys who moved out a decade ago, and more than a decade. And yeah, oh my God. Way more than a decade. Seems like yesterday that our boys flew the nest, but yeah, it's been a while. Anyways, he had one room for his man cave stuff, and I had a room for my craft room. But now he wants to turn that room back into a guest room, so he wants to move into my craft room. And that was hard, giving up half the room, you know. And I didn't quite get half. It's more like 1/4 is what I'm giving up. Okay, let me, oops, stencil first. This is the number 1. You can see that there. Okay, set that on top. Line it up as best as you can. Have any of you tried the sticky mat? I know Brutus Monroe has one, scrapbook.com has one, where it's a sticky mat that adheres to the surface it's on, and you can adhere your cardstock to it as well. Instead of using magnets, it's a kind of like a Cricut mat, I would say. And if you have, what are your thoughts? Do you like it? Is it worth it? Some of the reviews, well, a lot of the reviews were very mixed. Some people love it, and others said that the sticky runs out pretty quick. So I was excited about it, but after reading all of the reviews that were, available at the time I was looking at it, I decided to pass. Oh, and I love this color. It's kind of, this blueprint sketch is an oxide. And to me, it has like a periwinkle look to it. That's why I love it. I want to make sure I get the ink in the entire stencil portion evenly. These are makeup squares, well, not squares, little triangles that I picked up from Dollar Tree a long time ago when I first started using distress inks. I wasn't a big fan of the distress oxides. It took a long time for me to come around to those, but I enjoy them now. They give a chalk look effect, I think, and I do love chalk paint, chalk in general. So yeah, I started buying just a few here and there of my favorite colors, so I didn't go crazy and buy the whole, shebang. I wish I could buy all of the inks, both in oxide and ink, but yeah, that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, isn't that a pretty color? Kind of a periwinkle. So I'm spraying that with some alcohol, cleaning my stencil, and I'm using a baby wipe to lift that ink off the stencil. All clean. And I'm going to hit my hands one more time. Got a lot of ink on a finger here that I don't want to transfer. So I'm gonna get another baby wipe. And these are just the Huggies brand that I picked up from my cousin, actually. She was cleaning out her spare room and had a whole bunch, and I said, yeah, I'll take them. So, scored on that. Thank you, cousin Eileen. You know who you are, girlfriend. I love you. Okay. Yeah. So I have some ink here, and I hope it's not coming off. So let me put the lid on this and lift this up so you can take a look. And I got some ink on the edge here. I have a baby wipe, so I'm gonna see if I can rub that out a little bit. Wipe this down. This is a nice silicone mat. So as far as the review, yeah, I like it. And I purchased it when they were $1 before the increase of $1.25. I like that. If they would have had purple, I would have loved it, or a lavender, but this baby blue is nice too. Now, let's take a look at this. What do you think? I like it. Okay, so is there enough color to put on my manger scene here? Is it too much white? So let me put this one to the side so give it time to dry, and we'll go to our purple one. And let me just kind of dry fit here. So we have our, let me get some tweezers just so I can move things about. Have a star, so I want to kind of try to center that. And I'm going to use some foam adhesive from Dollar Tree as well. So I'm going to put that there. And then we have a baby Jesus. Joseph. And our star. Now, let me zoom down just a little bit. Well, I'll just bring it up to you. Let me know if it's too much white. I think it looks nice. And I think what I may do is put some stickles, iridescent stickles on everything so that it will pop at least. What do you think? Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. So let's just move everything up a bit. Let's move this down. And as far as foam adhesive, I'm using the Crafter's Choice from Dollar Tree, the Pop Dot adhesives. There's 528 pieces, and there's 2 sheets in here. They're 0.25 inches, and I really like these. They're sticky. I haven't had any of my projects fall apart. I'll put those up there. Okay, so let's do our manger first. Just flip this over. was a little closer to the edge than I wanted it to be, but I think it'll be okay. They're very thick. I like that dimension. And I'm very generous with the foam adhesive. I love dimension. Scissors too. I'm going to cut turn this sideways. And they're very easy to cut, as you can see here. Cut them down to any manageable size that you need. I'm going to use my tool-in-one to take off the backer piece. My Dollar Tree doesn't always get the fabulous things that the East Coast and mid states get. Not all Dollar Trees are created equally, unfortunately. Sometimes when we do get those great items, they're, you know, several months down the line. And then it seems like they're, of course, hot items, so they don't last long on the shelves. And you have to be quick to find those fabulous items. Like the die sets, I found a few, just maybe 3. And then I had a crafty friend that sent me 2 dies. It was through Bingo on Melody Mate's channel. Okay, so oh yeah, I like that. I think what I'm going to do is leave Joseph and Mary on the actual base. And baby Jesus, I will pop up. And let me see what this background will look like if we just set it on the edge here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. So we're gonna put some wet adhesive, and I'm using Art Glitter Glue, and I'm just gonna set some, well, let's try this again. we go. I'm gonna set some on the bottoms here. And I'm gonna curve this a little bit. Set this down. Set it down right here. Give it a little press. So my Mary, I'm gonna put some glue here. Oh, a little much there. I didn't need that much. So I'm gonna dab a little bit of that off. Okay. Let's see here. And I'm going to try to put her on the pink so we can see her head. Like that. And then Joseph. Try to get him under and on the purple so we can see his head. And then baby Jesus, I'm going to put a pop dot on. And I think the one that we cut, this is our baby Jesus. I don't think I need this. I'm just going to set him like he's right on the top there. Give it a little press. Okay, and our star, I think I'm going to pop that up as well. And I think one of the cut ones will work nicely there. I'm going to set it right on top in the center. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is only put some of the glitter this is my Studio G glitter glue. It's an iridescent. I think I'm going to just put that on the star. Let me get a I think I'm gonna just put that, yeah, on the star here. You see that? Let me know if you think that's too much white or if it's okay, if you can see it. And I think either mounting this on a purple cardstock or some gold cardstock, or even put a frame, a gold frame around it. I'll have to think about that. Silver. See the iridescence there on the star? Okay, so that's our purple one. Let me put a pin in my glue. I'll just give it a shake so that doesn't gunk up. Put the lid on my iridescent glitter glue. Now let's work on the blue and teal, and I like to say periwinkle. So again, we're gonna put some, I think I'm gonna do the dimension the same here. I like the way that turned out. So let's add our dimensional foam adhesive. So, do you buy products from the Dollar Tree? This Crafter's Square. I think they're really good quality and you get a lot of bang for your buck. For $1, I bought these for $1. And the same one, package-wise amount at Michael's or Joann's would run, you know, more than $1. So yeah, it was an awesome buy. So we're gonna go right here. Press that down. Sorry if I'm out of frame. So I live in Central California, and today and yesterday we had 75, 78 degree weather. In the morning, like about 10 to maybe 3-ish. And then we had some dark skies come through, and all of those clouds headed to the east where we have a mountain range. And today those clouds were all hovering above that mountain range, so we expect a good amount of snow to be falling up there, which we need. California is in a drought for several years, so the snow pack is needed every year to get the Central Valley and our agricultural base through the year. A lot of food comes out of California, produce, fruit. Yeah, so. But once the sun goes down, it gets quite chilly. And today we were caught out there and the sun dropped, so when we got back to our vehicle, it was chilly. So tomorrow we're gonna leave some pullovers in the vehicle, you know, for those days that we don't carry around a jacket or a hoodie, just for emergencies, you know. Better to be prepared than freeze. And I don't mean freeze, because yeah, our weather's not that cold. Okay, so I'm going to go right down to the very bottom like I did the last time, lining it up on that white line. Let me get my washi tape. I'm going to toss it. Let me press this down. Okay. Now we'll do our let me see here. Joseph, star, baby Jesus. Okay. So our ground here, I don't think I put anything in the center there. I love using watercolor paper. It's very strong, so you have that strength of the paper to carry, you know, to stand up and not bend. It doesn't lose its shape very easily. And I learned about using, watercolor paper from my dear sweet friend, Sandy, over at Decorate Your Life. Shout out to her. She's an awesome crafter. And she makes her own digital papers, which she sells. So we're gonna go ahead and glue this down to the base. And she's come out with some new ones for Christmas that are absolutely stunning. So let me grab it from the top here. And I'm going to put her head against the teal so we can see it. Now, art glitter glue does dry clear, so I'm not going to wipe that because I don't want my distress ink to smear. Again, it's reactive to any liquid, including glue. But that won't, it's not very runny, so it'll dry clear. Now let me put some glue on Joseph. I buy my art glitter glue from May Made It. She has a YouTube channel and her own online store. So let me see about getting him in there. I want I'm gonna have to drop him down. I'm gonna put him on the teal. So Joseph is a little bit more tucked under the manger there, but I think it's okay. He's obviously the man and taller than Mary. I'm gonna use something fell. Okay, this one is a little difficult to take off, so there we go. His little hand. Do you see his little hand there? Isn't it adorable? Okay, we're gonna put him right here. Press that down. Okay, and one more. The star. And we're going to put and like the last one, I'm going to put part of it on the manger, right down the middle. Press that down. Okay. Let's close up the glue. Put the pin back in so that doesn't dry up. Get my iridescent glitter glue from Studio G. Squeeze it, there we go. We're just filling that center embossed area out. Now this glitter glue is not dimensional, so it will dry flat eventually. But the iridescent look of it, I think, is lovely. And that's the teal. Let's clean up here so we can take a final look. Tell me what your thoughts are. Let me get these out of the way. Okay. These are, let me show you this up close. You can see the iridescent and the star, the teal. I love it. And doesn't it look like stained glass? So, I'm going to put this here, and this here, and I will, let me see, I can see the numbers really quick here. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. And these are the stencils that came in my Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. Let me zoom in. I used my Distress inks. I'll put those on top here. Let me kind of get those out of the shot and see if we can zoom in here. Maybe come over a bit, and we'll put these just like this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Actually, let's move our Distress inks just so I can show off this lovely project here. I think they came out lovely. What do you think? Whoops. What do you think? Yeah. Well, that's it for today. I am really, really pleased on how they came out. Let me know which one's your favorite down in the comments below. I would very much appreciate a thumbs up. Yeah. Thank you for hanging around with me. A little craft along and chit chat. I hope you have a wonderful evening in your neck of the woods. And until my next video, blessings to you and yours. Bye-bye.